Hey y'all, welcome to another yoga practice with me, Rachel. Today we focus on a full body energy reset. 30 minutes yin yoga with chakra affirmations. You don't have to know anything about chakras to join. Just know that I will be offering short phrases to support you throughout the class. With that being said, please subscribe to my channel so we can reach more cool people like you to join this community. So we won't need any props for today, though as I usually say for yin, it's really nice to have blocks, blanket, pillows around, just in case you need a little extra support in any of the poses. All right, let's get started.
Let's begin in a comfortable seat. Take your arms up, breathe in, hands come together over your head and meet at heart center. So you might be cross-legged, you might be sitting on your shins, you can find your hands onto your knees. If you find that you need a little support, a lift in your hips to hold your spine tall, you can take a block and put it underneath your sit bones. So make any small adjustments you need to get comfortable. Feel your bottom grounding into the mat or the support. Your legs and feet settling into the ground, your hands warming along your thighs and knees, your shoulders sink away from your ears, tall spine, noticing your breath. Working with the chakras, we're starting from the ground and moving the energy up, the prana, this life force. We're going to channel that with some breathing exercises. We're going to start just by deepening the breath here. You can feel your lungs and your belly expand as you fill up with air and the gentle release of breath out through your nose. Just continue growing your breaths a little bit deeper as you notice any thoughts that pass through your mind, acknowledging and letting them continue. We'll start our first breathing exercise. We're going to hold the breath at the bottom of an exhale. So deep breath in, exhale, and we're going to hold now at the exhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Fill up and let it go through the nose, holding at the bottom for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, deep breath in, and maybe sighing out, releasing all the air, and then holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Moving our breath and energy up into the solar plexus area now, where we're going to do Kapalbhati breathing. So that's a rapid exhale after an inhale. You hug the belly in rapidly. We're going to do that 3, 4, 5 build up. So hold your hands over your solar plexus. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. Breathe in. Rapid. Exhale, 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 exhale. This is all through the nose. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, releasing the hands. Breath in, sigh it out. So feel a bit the warmth, the flow, moving up. We're going to do our final breathing exercise, holding the breath at the top of your inhale. Move the energy all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale and hold. 3, 2, 1, release. And then again, deep breath in. Holding 4, 3, 2, 1, release through your nose. Last deep breath in through the nose. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Hold wide. 4, 3, 2, 1, and sigh out. Still have that tall spine, but you feel really settled into your body now, and you feel The energy flowing up from the feet, through the legs, through the knees, the thighs, through your hips, your torso, your chest, up through the shoulders, down the arms, to the hands and fingertips, and also up through your neck, through your relaxed jaw, your soft face. Feel that energy flowing from the bottom up, and also feel it flow back down. Starting to open your eyes. If you have your block, you can remove it, or a pillow. Find a comfortable seat now with your legs out in front of you on the mat. Make sure your sit bones are nicely grounded, toes pointing up, and your hands are settling down to the sides of your hips, either side of your hips. Spread the fingers, press down into the palms. Try to relax the toes, relax the knees a little bit, and hold your spine tall. Hold your spine right over your hips. So notice if you're leaning back or forward. You are playing a delicate balance here in Dandasana with using a bit of effort to hold yourself in that tall, upright position with the legs out in front of you, and also trying to soften where you can. This is our very grounding pose to start with, the root chakra. With our first affirmation coming into play, I am safe. That's the idea with grounding, is that we feel connected to the earth, connected with the physical body, with the sensations, with the breath, trying to find ease in discomfort where we can, secure that our breath will keep us calm and support us. So continue with those deep breaths that you fill into your belly, and those long exhales, allowing you to release and soften a little more into the pose as you maintain the alignment and integrity of this tall spine. Start folding forward now, so you're releasing your hands a little bit out towards your knees, out in front of you, keeping your sit bones settling down as your heart stays lifted and reaching towards your toes. You walk your fingertips a little further, straightening your spine, then slowly rounding over, melting forward towards maybe your knees, wherever you might be finding yourself folded over. Maybe you feel that you need a block over there on your legs, put your forehead on, or a pillow. Just allow yourself to sink in. We spend a few breaths here, so you have some time to settle even deeper into this. Maybe you have a soft bend in your knees, but with time you're going to feel that your knees can start to straighten out a little bit more. You need time and you need breath to go deeper. So let it happen naturally and just sink into this pose. I am safe here in my body, here in my breath, my fold. Notice your jaw. If you are clenching a little, maybe you soften. Slowly start to roll back up to a seat. Just rolling the arms back and up, taking a circle up, and hands together at heart center. You're going to find your way now onto your hands and your knees, curling your toes underneath your heels. Reach back to your toes, spread them out so you get a really nice stretch. We're sitting back for hero's pose. You might feel that it's too intense to sit on your heels and you need to slide your hands forward onto the ground to make it a little more easeful. Or just really tune into your breath here. We won't spend too long sitting back on the heels. Relax the shoulders, the mouth, the eyes, the forehead. Deep breaths down into your feet, still activating the grounding sensations, the feeling of safety, even in that little bit of discomfort. You're releasing your feet now, starting to bring the tops of the feet to the ground, sitting in hero pose for a moment. And we'll start moving into our next pose, maybe child's pose with your knees closed. Then you just fold over and let your arms lay back by your feet. If you have the ability to open your knees a little wider and go into a wide-kneed child's pose, this is ideal. We're starting to move up into the sacral chakra, the hips. So maybe you are feeling comfortable now with your belly and your chest resting down in between your thighs, your hands reaching out to either corners of the mat with your forehead down. You're able to slowly settle into this child's pose with a deep breaths. Maybe you feel you need to place a block underneath your sit bones. You can place it between your feet and just rest your bum down. You can make adjustments as you need and then settle into this child's pose. Feel the length out through your arms when you inhale, and feel as your hips sink back on your exhale. Sacral chakra, Chakra affirmation. I am in tune with my senses and desires. This is where we're starting to move out of the ground, starting to get in touch with what we feel, what we crave in a physical sense of the body, in an intimate way, but also in just your general life, what you desire to create in your life. So I am in tune with my senses and desires. Last few breaths going into this child's pose. In through the nose and out the nose, or even in the mouth anytime you need to just sigh it out. Starting to bring your arms back. If you put a block under your sit bones, then move that out of the way and start to find your way to tabletop. So you want your shoulders over your wrists and your knees under your hips. Maybe you rock a little side to side, get settled, and we're flowing into cats and cows. So cat pose here, rounded spine, shifting back and forward. Inhale, drop the belly, tailbone and chin lift for cow. And just kind of move intuitively. That's how we're staying in tune with the sensations of the body here. So you might start circling your spine around, taking one direction and then the other to wake up the spine, start moving the energy up into the hips, into the abdomen a little bit too. I'm shifting myself back towards the end of my mat because I'm going to make a puppy pose. I'm trying out the blocks to see if they might be useful here. If you have them, you could see about if one going under your forehead is nice. You're stretching your arms out in front of you. You're keeping your hips over your knees. And I found that putting a block, a soft block if you have, or even a pillow underneath my chest was supporting so that I could relax a little bit more in puppy pose and not have to hold myself up so much. You want to protect your shoulders, but you also want to try to relax into this. We're starting to open up still through a little the hips, through the abdomen, through the heart space, spreading the fingers. So with solar plexus chakra, we have a new affirmation. I am inspired. So as we come out of the safety and comfort and we get in touch with our senses and desires, now we can allow creativity and inspiration to come into the body and into the mind to help us take action in life. And that's why this can feel a little bit more intense. You need your deep breaths to support this deep opening through the arms, through the shoulders, through the chest. So keep this in mind, that the deep breaths are always there to support you when intensity arrives. Everything will pass. We're starting to shift the arms back and come out of puppy pose. Remove any props or supports you used. And find your way back down onto your forearms, but now stretch your legs out back behind you or coming onto the tummy. You can keep your legs as wide as you need in Sphinx pose. Your elbows might be directly underneath your shoulders. And the wider your legs apart, the less intense of a compression on the low back. And the further out you move your forearms in front of you, the less deep of a back bend you have here. So find what's comfortable. You might shift your hips a little side to side just to settle your hip bones down into the mat. Feeling your heart lifted and shining forward. Your chin lifted as well. Not lifting up, but just keeping your gaze forward. Shoulders relaxed. I started to find that maybe placing a block or a pillow under my chest might support too, keeping that lift in my heart. So I placed it right underneath the chest, and then I was able to relax a little more into the posture, which allows all of this nice work for the connective tissue, for releasing tension in various parts of my body. It makes it a little easier when you can soften and breathe deeply and then hold the pose. So heart chakra we're reaching into now. I am loved. So these affirmations are for you to be able to repeat to yourself, to consider as you breathe through the postures. Might feel that it supports you to stay calm, stay in your breath a little bit longer. I know it can be challenging to be still for these long periods in the postures, but it's amazing what you feel in between each one and how slowly the physical sensations, the mental and emotional sensations shift with this act of peaceful stillness and non-attachment, letting go of thoughts. So we're here, a couple more breaths. Slowly start to release your block and just rest your head down so you can release your forearms from out in front of you, and take your fingers interlaced around the back of your head, elbows out to the side. Superior pose, just to stretch out through the back of the neck and the shoulders. Must feel so good now, that release. Feel the belly expand, and then find your way up to a seated position. Taking your legs crossed, continuing to move our focus, our stretches, into a little bit more the hips again. This is a little bit of everything. So we've got hips. We're taking our right heel over towards, or it's the left heel towards the right hip, and then bringing the right knee in. The right ankle can be inside of the knee or outside of the knee. So we have this cow face pose, kind of a cross-legged position with the right knee bent up. You can use blocks to support on either side of your hips if it's difficult to be in a seated position. Just find your tall spine, kind of settle into this little pretzel pose, and then take your right hand to the low back, lift your left arm up and twist. towards your right side. You might wrap your arm around your knee, or as you might have seen, I also have held my elbow to the outside of the knee for a deeper stretch. You really can feel that twist through the thoracic spine, the middle of the spine, in the shoulders. We've got the solar plexus and the heart space opening again here. So really channeling this hip opening, twist, heart opening posture to channel our prana energy upwards. Stay breathing. Keep your spine tall. Notice if you're leaning back. It's okay to lean back a little, but we really like to hold the spine tall over the hips. And wherever you can relax a little bit more as time passes, the better. Maybe you can even turn to look over your back shoulder a little more now that your neck might have released a little tension, a little tightness. Take just another couple of breaths here. In this cow face twist. So, starting to release now to face forward. And you'll gently bring your legs out again, rocking your knees from side to side. And now bringing your right heel towards your left hip. So you're bending the knee and taking the right foot underneath the left knee that's bent up. I put a block under my knee here on the right side as a support, another nice option. Otherwise, find where you want your left ankle, whether it's inside the knee or out. Left hand down behind you, right arm lifts up. The exhale twists you to the left, where you might be pushing elbow to the outer thigh or knee, or maybe wrapping the arm around the knee for a more gentle twist. Noticing your spine's length, the lift in your chest, and yet the softness in the shoulders. Sending breath down into your hips, down into any area of the body where you're feeling any tightness or tension or resistance. You're finding the edge where you can really feel some level of intensity, and then stopping there and settling with your breath in that space. Maybe turning to look over your shoulder a little further if you feel some release in your neck. A couple more breaths here on this side. So we remember our solar plexus, I am confident, I'm inspired. And the heart affirmation, I am loved. Turning back to face forward and uncrossing the legs carefully and rocking your knees from side to side. Coming to a comfortable seat, maybe a block under the sit bones, maybe you're cross-legged, or maybe you're sitting on your shins for hero's pose if you prefer. Bringing your hands onto your knees, taking some breaths, rolling the arms up and back, so a big circle through the shoulders, back, forward, and up. Circle through the shoulders a little, and we're then taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. So we're in a comfortable tall seat, and we're letting the right ear lean towards the right shoulder. Maybe the left hand is reaching out to the side. So the left side of the neck is being stretched, the left fingers reach out, and you breathe. We're getting into the neck, into the throat chakra. We're going to turn the chin towards the right shoulder, lift up, down, lift your chin up to look to the left, and then back down to your right shoulder. Hold it there a second, and then roll your chin to center and back to your shoulder. Center to right shoulder, chin to center, and hold it there. A few breaths with the throat chakra affirmation. know my truth and I live my truth. I know my truth and I live my truth. Lifting the chin up to the left shoulder and down, down, up, down to the chest, up to the chin, and lifting the head so that you can drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. So we've come round to the other side. Just been doing some little movements to stretch out through the neck, to let our voice open up here, releasing the tension, and also maybe reaching the right fingertips out to the side to deepen the stretch on the right side of your neck. Starting to lift your head, just kind of looking from side to side to straighten out the neck. If you have any support under your seat, remove that. Get your eye pillow ready if you've got one. I got one ready, so nice for Shavasana, but we've just got a little bit more to go here. Laying down onto the back and getting comfortable, reaching the arms back over your head, pointing your toes, long big stretch. Reach your arms over to your right side and your feet over to your right side, banana shape, back to center, and then banana shape on the left side, wrists and feet over to the left corners of the mat, and back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze of gratitude for joining this practice today. We're settling into Shavasana. So we'll take on our eye mask if we have it. It may be a blanket. Wiggle the feet and toes, the fingers, just let yourself settle down, your shoulders relax, your jaw. Starting to breathe into a more natural rhythm. No need to control the deep breaths in and out, just let them flow. We'll wrap up with the last 2 chakra affirmations. We've got 7 in total, so we've reached the third eye and the crown chakras up in the space between your eyebrows and the top of your head. So this is really getting more into spirituality, into self-observation. And the third eye chakra affirmation is, I observe myself without judgment. Crown chakra, I quiet my mind. So I kind of like, I quiet my mind and observe myself without judgment. And that's something you can repeat now in your Shavasana. Kind of helps keep you in the zone of your meditation. If it's not working for you, just continue to breathe, and if thoughts enter your mind, no stress, just no attachment, let it go. Let the thoughts pass by like clouds overhead and sink deeper into your body, into the mat. Relax. I encourage you to spend as long as you can in Savasana. Enjoy that time for yourself, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks again for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed, please like and comment your favorite chakra affirmation from class today. I've shared some other great classes at the end of this video. Plus, you can find my Instagram and website in the description below, where you can keep up with my online content, plus my yoga workshops and retreats based in Copenhagen and beyond. See you soon.